This movie isn't about money, but if you own even one XRP, it could be one of the most important ones you watch this week. Allow me to explain. Because while everyone is talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum, something crazy is happening below the surface. It's called XRP. The whole Ripple team is behind this too. These are professionals who work more like business bankers than crypto developers. These people aren't just making a way to pay, they're also creating a new financial system that will allow money to move around the world like a rail system. Also, guess what? That's the exact reason we picked XRP. There's no need for us to set a silly seven-figure price goal. We're here because it's useful, really useful. XRP is more than a coin, it's the link. For less than a penny, it's a bridge between all the banks in the world that want to settle funds right away. I want to know what else in the world can do that, because this is what's going on behind the scenes. 11 big banks with more than $240 billion in assets have officially asked the SEC to allow them to start an XRP ETF. That's right, you heard that right. Now let us think back to what happened to Bitcoin after its ETF was accepted. Institutions didn't just poke around, they jumped right in. A lot of money came in. Bitcoin didn't just go up, everything changed. What will happen if XRP gets the same go-ahead? From what we've seen, Ripple's team is ready. These aren't moon boys telling you to dream of a Lamborghini. These are Wall Street level managers from the Ivy League, the real thing. And now for the truth. XRP can be used for something. This isn't gambling on vaporware like 95% of the market is. This is the building blocks. And XRP is no longer being ignored right now. Bitcoin has gone through the roof. When top experts like Mike McGlone and Tom Lee think Bitcoin could reach $150,000, $200,000, or even $300,000 per coin, it would be a big deal. In real life, how high could XRP really go? Let's figure it out. XRP is worth about $4.34 right now. And yes, it is a little lower today. That's okay. The market goes up and down. It's not just a trade, though. This changes things because XRP has something Bitcoin didn't have. Instant use for the trillions of dollars that flow around the world every day. Imagine a world where any financial institution in any country that works with it could settle in any asset in a matter of seconds. It's not a dream, that's XRP. This tech isn't going to come out, it's right here, now. And Ripple's team is moving this forward with more than 60 licenses to work as a regulated banking institution around the world. However, stablecoins are doing very well. This is where things get really interesting for people who own XRP. One of the stablecoins that is growing the fastest right now is Ripple's RLUSD. It came out not long ago in June. Its market value has already gone over $500 million. That's right. The value of RLUSD went from $0 to over $500 million in just 6 months. It went from being the 36th biggest stablecoin to the 17th largest. It's not ending there. What does that matter? You should know this isn't just another stablecoin. RLUSD is linked to Ripple's suite of products. Also, guess what? RLUSD adds more value to XRP every time it is used on the XRPL. Why? Auto bridging is the reason. I'll break it down for you. On the XRP system, XRP is the main currency. This means that when you trade one asset for another, say RLUSD for another stablecoin or token, the XRPL can use XRP to make sure the trade goes through the best route possible. In other words, more RLUSD used means more XRP volume, which means more XRP BURNED, and that's just the start. Unpopular point of view? If you ask around, RLUSD could be the most underrated stablecoin of 2025. Nothing is being said about this truth. RLUSD has grown by more than 604% so far this year. It is already the second fastest rising stablecoin in the world. The only coin that is rising faster is USDTB from BlackRock. For sure, BlackRock, the world's largest wealth manager. The race to make stablecoins is also on. Ripple is right behind them, though. Ripple, BlackRock, and PayPal, three of the biggest players in stablecoins, all see the same thing. In the next step of crypto, real-world assets and funds will be turned into tokens. That's where the growth is. There are about $250 billion in the stablecoin market right now, but in the next few years, that number could reach $1 to $2 trillion. Ripple was late to the party, but they were ready. Why? Stablecoins have been used by Ripple to help settle business payments for years. They know this market well, they've earned our trust. They're more likely to follow through. They're not guessing, they're doing it. Ripple isn't playing around with this. They have more than 60 licenses around the world. They are getting ready to win. Also, people who own XRP, pay attention. RLUSD works well with XRP. It's not the same as it. It gets bigger. Most of the time, XRP is used as the bridge when RLUSD is sold on the XRPL. And when that happens, more XRP is taken out of circulation for good. This is the part that most people miss. At the moment, 83% of all RLUSD action takes place on Ethereum, not the XRP ledger. Why? Since most people tend to stick with what they know. Users and coders should choose Ethereum because it is safe, but it's slower and costs more than Ripple's service. When that 83% changes and more volume moves to XRPL, the burn rate for XRP will go through the roof. That's when things get hot, because XRP is already worth more than 188, even though most RLUSD is on Ethereum. Now think about what will happen when RLUSD is used on the XRP system like it is now. That's the thing that no one is pricing in. Get the Ultimate Millionaire Investor Guide. Find 100x stocks in the pinned comment if you want to find 100x opportunities before Wall Street does. This isn't just another PDF. It's an elite level plan that was made after years of study and includes documents, pictures, video breakdowns, and more. This is the kind of help you'll use again and again when you need to find another winner. First, let's talk about how burn works. This is what makes XRP different from most layer ones. The XRP record burns a small amount of XRP with each event. In other words, the amount goes down over time as more is used. Take a look at this. RLUSD shocks mean more trading, and more trading means more auto-bridging. More auto-bridging means more XRP burned, and less XRP burned means higher price pressure. It's a beautiful method that Ripple designed from the start. Other coins on the market are busy making meme coins and hoping Elon will tweet something. XRP, on the other hand, is building the next generation of payment layers for the real economy. This is where things get even better for the bulls. Wall Street sees you. There is a line of institutional wealth. Stores are waking up. The government is getting warmer. And the people who use XRP, better than ever. There are now more than 6 million wallets. It's no longer just a crypto. There is a trend. And now for the last big surprise in this part. We now have the building blocks. We have the item. We have the group. The licenses are with us. The stablecoin is here. We know how the burn works. We have filed ETFs. The world wants us. It's not a question of if XRP will go up. It's how fast and how high. Let's keep things simple. Let's talk about numbers that make sense, assuming there aren't any crazy black swan events and the crypto market is moving normally. We already know that over 10 institutional ETFs have been approved, and they hold billions of dollars in Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does reach $150,000 per coin this cycle, we can expect good altcoins to run alongside it. Many experts think that Ethereum will go up by 2 or 3 times from here on out. If that happens, coins like XRP that have a real product market fit should do better than the market average, because XRP isn't a story about hype, it's infrastructure. And if the price of Bitcoin gets to around $150,000, an XRP of 5.9 is not only possible, it's likely. Let me say that again. If Bitcoin goes up to $150,000, XRP can easily reach $5. At 250K Bitcoin, XRP going up to $9 isn't crazy. Don't forget, that's not just talk. That's because of real institutional integration, burn mechanics, growing real-world adoption, and a legal path that was just cleared. This is why the XRP ETF is so important, because this is how it goes. Everything will change as soon as the SEC accepts an XRP ETF. Wall Street is told it's okay to share. Also, don't think they'll pass up the chance to buy something made for global banking for less than $10. That ETF's demand will quickly wipe out its supply. And unlike Bitcoin, the supply of XRP is actually decreasing with each exchange thanks to a feature called burn. The point of XRP is for it to gain value over time. When you add in Ripple's RLUSD, which pushes more trade through the XRPL, XRP's value grows very quickly. Take a look at this. Adoption of RLUSD, a lot of energy. Bridges, XRP is on fire. Less quantity, plus interest for ETFs. Price movement that explodes. We are seeing it right now. $500,000 in RLUSD in 6 months. 604% growth, the second fastest rising stablecoin in the world. And Ripple is only beginning. This is the part that not many people are talking about. Ripple didn't even have to make RLUSD. Using XRP and other stablecoins, they were already able to make payments across borders. But they saw something very important. If you own the stablecoin layer, you can control the speed of growth across the whole ledger. And loudness sounds like power. Your rules are the only ones that matter when you're moving billions of dollars across a decentralized system. You can improve the flow, get the most out of it, and get the most value. Then you can give that value to people who own XRP by reducing supply and raising importance. The game Ripple is in is that one. They're not just making a coin. They are rebuilding the banking system so that it works in the 21st century. When Wall Street lawmakers and regular investors see that for what it is, it opens the floodgates. Take a step back. The main idea behind all of this is tokenizing real-world goods. Everything is going on-chain right now. Stable coins instead of dollars. You can buy treasury bills through BlackRock's USDTB. You can buy stocks and bonds through Securitize and Avalanche, tokenized REITs and real estate. And can you guess who is best able to make all that cash happen? Swirl. Since Ripple's technology isn't tied to a country, it isn't controlled by any one government. It was made to work with other technologies. Every bank, institution, and business will be able to connect to a single smooth payment rail driven by XRP. Let's get straight to it. XRP Ledger is the only layer 1 cryptocurrency that is better set up for real-world use in finance. And the way Ripple has been used so far shows that RLUSD, the stablecoin, is getting bigger. The price of XRP is going up. The number of wallets is growing. The applications for ETFs are moving along. The rate of burn is going up. The rights for the whole world are safe. Need anything else? Yes, Bitcoin will always be the best way to save money. But when it comes to payment, XRP is king. Huge amounts of money move through there every day. We're not guessing about a joke or waiting for an app that can't be named yet to come out. People are already using XRP, already built in, already on fire supply. Then it finally joined the ETF race. The XRP cryptocurrency was one of the worst liked for a long time. In every movie, Altcoin Daily used to say bad things about it. Why? Because of the action from the SEC, because of how centralized it seems, since it didn't feel as crypto as it could have, but things change, and the truth is that they do. In their own words, Altcoin Daily changed their mind because Ripple won. They beat the SEC. They kept putting up. They showed their papers. They never stopped sending goods out. That's the kind of project you trust. That's the reason XRP is popular right now. This is why even some of the harshest enemies are now seeing the good side. You might not like how XRP is made. You might not like Ripple as a business. But in the end, value moves to places where it is made. XRP is one of the few coins that is doing what it set out to do right now, which brings us to you. Right now is the time to make smart moves if you're watching this video and you think XRP could become the bridge asset of the global financial system. No fear of missing out, not a big deal. Just one quick question. Do you want to get a piece of the new valuable internet before everyone else does? Then do what it says. Just a warning, get the Ultimate Millionaire Investor Guide if you want to build wealth that will last for generations. Look for 100x stocks. The link is in the note below that has been pinned. Nothing worth having is free, so it's not free, but it will help you. In fact, 99% of buyers will never have. It has images, video material that you can't find anywhere else, document breakdowns, and deep insights that you won't find anywhere else. Get free while you're at it with a $100 payment. You can get 10 stocks worth up to $3,000. Use my Webol link to learn more. Offer only lasts for a short time, so make the most of it. Tell me in the comments what you think the price of XRP will be. Also, if you have XRP, hit the like button so everyone knows how cool this group is. Let's get it done.